Hello, Pewter people. Scott Reynolds here with another Pewter Pulse. The Bucs addressed their need for another outside linebacker to help improve the team's pass rush with Alabama's Chris Braswell in the second round of the 2024 NFL Draft. At the end of the Bucs draft evaluation process, Braswell wound up being rated slightly higher than Western Michigan edge rusher Marshawn Nealand, who went one spot ahead of Tampa Bay to Dallas in the second round due to Braswell's high character and his production. A lot of Bucs fans have been questioning the selection, but let me tell you, Chris Braswell is a pretty good player, and I think this is a real promising pick for Tampa Bay. Now, I know that Pewter Report had Marshawn Nealand as our Bucs best bet at outside linebacker and kind of cooled off on Braswell after a so-so showing at the Senior Bowl. Pewter Report actually had the Alabama edge rusher as our first round pick for the Bucs back in our initial mock draft in January. And had we known that Tampa Bay had Braswell in for a top 30 visit like they did with Marshawn Nealand, we might have been more focused on Braswell in our pre-draft coverage. Now, Nealand notched 12 and a half sacks in 4 years for the Broncos, but didn't have more than 4.5 sacks in any single season. Braswell was a bit of a one-year wonder at Alabama because he played behind a pair of future first-round edge rushers in Will Anderson Jr. and Dallas Turner, both of whom won SEC Defensive Player of the Year honors in back-to-back seasons. Braswell was also a factor in special teams at Alabama, helping to block a field goal and returning that ball for a touchdown. And Braswell, who also blocked a punt for the Crimson Tide, could help Tampa Bay's special teams during his rookie season while he learns Todd Bowles' defense and starts entering that rotation at outside linebacker. When he got his chance to start last year at Alabama, after Anderson left for the NFL, he recorded 8 sacks for the Crimson Tide defense, including 3 forced fumbles and a pick 6 as well. And Todd Bowles loves to drop his outside linebackers in coverage in zone blitzes, so I'm sure that play in particular caught the eye of the Bucs head coach and defensive play caller. Pro Football Focus, which is quite generous with the way they give out sacks when watching film, they had Braswell with 13 sacks last season, 10 quarterback hits, and 33 pressures, not just the 8 sacks that the NCAA has officially on their statistics for Braswell. Braswell was also given an 87.9 grade by PFF. That made him the third highest graded defender at Alabama last year, just behind Turner, who had an 89.3 grade, and ahead of both cornerbacks, Terrion Arnold and Kool-Aid McKinstry. General Manager Jason Licht has not had much success drafting edge rushers in his 11 years in Tampa Bay. Noah Spence, a second-round pick in 2016, didn't pan out. The Bucs didn't pick up the fifth-year option for Joe Tryon-Shoyinka, the team's first-round pick in 2021. JTS just hasn't been the pass rusher the Bucs envisioned and has just 13 sacks in 3 seasons in Tampa Bay. So why will Braswell buck the trend? Well, he's more physical than either Spence or Tryon-Shoyinka, both of whom are more finesse pass rushers. Braswell brings the fight to offensive tackles, and this is what I said about him after the draft. Chris Braswell is a violent hitter with strong hands. He plays with the ability to generate speed to power and has a wicked long arm move. He has untapped potential as a pass rusher. Braswell is also a finisher when he gets to the quarterback, and they rarely escape his grip strength, which is one of his best traits. That's an area where JTS hasn't found much success finishing plays once he gets to the quarterback. And when Braswell hits the quarterback, the ball comes out because he has such a physical presence. The Bucs loved that Braswell decided to stay at Alabama, even though he was behind a pair of future first-round edge rushers in Anderson and Turner on the depth chart. He could have left and chased the NIL money elsewhere, as well as a starting job, but he was loyal to the Crimson Tide, and the Bucs really appreciate that loyalty. That matters to this team when looking for character. Braswell also got the chance to learn from 2 NFL-caliber edge rushers and win against the likes of Alabama offensive tackle J.C. Latham, a top 10 pick this year, every day in practice to sharpen his skills. Instead of flight, Braswell chose to stay and fight at Alabama. That's the type of character teams need to turn a 4-7 record in November around into a 9-8 record at the end of the season and another NFC South championship by the time January rolls around. I think Chris Braswell is going to be a physical force for the Bucs and really surprise some people. Folks, there's no surprise that you're going to get more Pewter Pulse videos and other great Bucs content when you visit and subscribe Pewter Report TV. Pewter Report TV is our YouTube channel, and we want you to become one of the 14,000 Pewter people that are subscribing and enjoying our content on YouTube. Make sure you hit the like button and also leave a comment. That helps our YouTube algorithm. It gets us in front of more Pewter people like you. And make sure you follow Pewter Report on X, Facebook, and Instagram. We'll be covering Bucs rookie minicamp and the OTAs this spring, and that's at Pewter Report. Also, be sure to check out pewterreport.com for complete Bucs minicamp coverage, as well as OTA and training camp coverage later this summer. And I'll be back soon with a new Pewter Pulse.